Hello YouTube and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Yes, we are continuing right where we left off with our commuter service in, I believe, this is Orlando. Yes, look at that. The guy is faring a total company of 4 and it looks already amazing. In today's episode, by the way, we will be expanding our coach empire. And hopefully we will be able to, set up more services like we did in the previous episode. So yeah, this was Orlando, and I'm thinking today I want to go and attack a little bit area around Little Rock. Let's see just how is our food processing plant doing. Seems to be doing about right. Our Orlando Central is growing, with Topeka Food being double of the Orlando, which is good because it has more carts. However, all in all, I mean, the service seems healthy and it's bringing in a healthy profit, which is very important because we are very early in the game. And that's also one tip: if you want to start with the early game, you want to go first with the carriage, especially on harder difficulty levels. Just to recap, because of the infrastructure cost. That's new for the Transport Fever 2, and those will be the bane of you. And of course I bought some extra road vehicles, which were completely wrong. I should have bought the cargo vehicles, the American horse-drawn carriage, as opposed to just the horse-drawn carriage. Alright, 6 of them, and I'm gonna assign them... What shall we assign them to? I'm thinking actually Orlando Food. There we go. Wonderful. So, with that thing being said, let's take care of business in terms of the Little Rock. Yes, as I see, you can have a beautiful fuel circle here, circle service, beside the high point. So, I want to go to the Little Rock and go to the area where they request fuel the most. And I'm gonna slap a station smack in the middle of it. However, first we have to take care of the oil fields. Now, I want to be designing medium country road and connect these 2 points because I think it will be worth the investment. The road will be much shorter than the merry-go-round via the high point. So a direct connection to the crude oil processing plant will be definitely needed. Right. You will also hook up here. There we go. And then Little Rock, you're already connected. Wonderful. So only the oil wells we need to connect to the crude oil processing plant. Good. As always, I'm going with a 60 and don't have enough cash. Huh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, bank manager, give me 1 million, please. Thank you. See, I am taking out loans like everybody else, but I'm actually trying to be a little bit frugal with them. There we go, straight road connection. I mean, you have to consider, if I go around, it will still be profitable, it will still be a good service, it will still work. The problem is that the turnaround time is much longer, and I want my turnaround times to be as short as possible. The shorter the turnaround time, the better the service. Okay, let's see. Platform length here. 10 meters. Platforms left and right. Sure, 83,000. Right. Good enough for me. Oh, and here we have the oil wells. Oh, I should have probably gone with a longer platform length over there. Okay, never mind. I can always correct it later. Okay, that's another platform. So, let's just go and where was I? Ah, yes, street. Let's build a street like this so it kind of goes around. See if that helps. Yes. And then I'm gonna build a small modification to the plant. By the way, this is a Transport Fever 2 new feature, Configure. So you can actually add stuff and modify the station, modular stations. I think I played it in the beta. I think it's amazing. The devs did a really good job here. There are just some things that are still odd to me, but for example here, so I have an entry point at one side and exit at the other, and now I'm expanding the length of the platform. so that multiple horse-drawn carriages can actually stop here and unload and load. So it's not more lines, but just more of the same line, just to be very clear on that. Right, so that's High Point East. Now we have this factory that converts the oil to fuel. I guess it's a fuel factory. You could call it that, I guess. Buildings. And I want the 30 meters so I don't screw it up from the get-go. 180,000. Yes, it's a meaty price, but it will be a meaty service once I kick it into high gear. There we go. And I will spill the entire million on this, guys. Okay, buildings. Let's see. Somewhere smack in the middle, drop-off point. Yeah, so that everybody gets fuel. Okay. Now, time to define the circle once again, or define the line, so to say. And also I need a road depot somewhere in this region. 20,000, 10,000, 13, come on, give me a good number. 13,000, I think it will be sold to 13,000 by the gentleman. 15,000 sold, perfect. Now, let's see, we have new line. We're gonna call you Little Rock Fuel. Wonderful. And at Little Rock Fuel we're gonna be hooking up somewhere at High Point Holt, where you will go with a full load. Then you shall go to the High Point East, where you will leave the crude oil and pick up the oil. Then you shall go to the Little Rock Exchange, where it gets converted to fuel, and then you go to the Taylor Street, where you just dump it on everybody. And everybody's happy, singing praises, and I'm earning millions. If only it worked like that. Right, okay, pause, buy vehicles, horse-drawn carriage. It's a universal all-cargo thingy. And how many outlets shall we build? 10, perhaps? 15, maybe even? That's 350, okay, 14, nope. 13, the lucky number, of course. Because Americans at that time weren't at all superstitious. Just had a couple of bonfires burning, you know, witches and all that jazz, but apart from that, nothing really superstitious at all. So that's why I took 13 American horse-drawn carriages. For good luck, of course. Now, road vehicle, let's take a look. Of course, my horses look as if they had a little bit too much Red Bull because of the double acceleration that I'm using. But it gives, you know, a cool progression path. It looks kind of nice and it gives an overall good vibe. So, I don't know. I'm sticking to it. Let me know, by the way, in the comments below what's your favorite speed. Should I go with 1? Should I go with full turbos? What would be your preference? For me, this is striking a good balance, especially when I'm doing ride-alongs. Red Bull horses, indeed. But look at that beautiful American West. And here we have the oil wells, of course, where we will be picking up our load. There we go. And go and pick up that sweet crude oil. Oh, look at that crude oil waiting. So tasty. Oh, Transport Fever music, how much I missed you. I hear mostly the same old tracks that we used to have, but I'm actually enjoying them still. Ours are for Orlando processing plant. The transport is 100, but the production is 37, which means we should be doing a little bit more of Topeka, I think. And to be honest, Topeka doesn't have commuters. We should probably go with commuters as well in Topeka. I mean, it's a small town, it deserves some growth. And I also plan, the sooner it grows, the sooner I plan to connect Topeka and Orlando via the passenger service. Maybe I should, instead of commuter, we should do it right away. You know, Orlando, Topeka. So we have 2 stations here and then going all the way to Orlando. It's a thought. Why not? Let's do it. So we take a station in Orlando that's like kind of very centrally placed. For example, Chestnut Street, yes. And then we connect the Central Street and the Lake Street. So that will be Orlando Topeka passenger service. Top passenger coach. This is not exactly coach, this is like, what is it? Horse-drawn cart. Coaches, I'm just eagerly waiting to get them because they will mark a turn point for me, so as opposed to this horse-drawn carriage. I think a total of 5 vehicles should be enough just to get the demand going. Look at our profits, they're kind of healthy, but last year we were not doing that well, but you have to take into account that it takes a long turnaround time for the coaches to, or carriages to go back and forth. I'm always struggling between coaches and carriages. I should probably say carriages until we get coaches. Sorry about that. Let's see how is our Little Rock business doing. It's non-profitable yet because our road vehicles have just picked up the crude oil or the refined oil, but not the fuel yet. 10,000 apiece, that's nice. If we show a stable enough profits that it can feed us, I'm guessing that this or next episode we could be looking at our first train. Oh, look at that, Orlando Farm is expanding. Come on, you should be upgrading. Buy vehicles, horse-drawn carriage. Let's take, let's 6 of them. 5, 4. American horse-drawn carriage. Yes, I want trucks. I have to always think about trucks or versus the, buses, because they both look the same to me. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure some of you will just now want to burn me as a heretic, but, well, what can you do? They look similar, at least. Okay, let's take a look at the rate. The rate is good everywhere except Orlando Topeka passenger coach, but it has a 6-minute wait timer, but it has no cargo yet because it has not started to work even properly. I'm pretty sure it will ramp up rather quickly. And look, all the other services have already spread themselves nicely. So I'm expecting the other one, this one will go as well. Actually, this song I haven't heard before, so maybe that one is new. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Let's see, Eugene, do we have any specific here what we could do? There is a wood and a metal to tools industry, but I think the loop for that will be a little bit more complex. We could connect more food factories to actually feed the factory, because Urban Games did say that we'll need multiple fields to feed the factory completely, and that seems to be the case. I already prepared the Topeka 2 buildings, but they're so far away that the horse-drawn carriage would take for them forever. So I think that might be my first candidate for a train. Perhaps. Right. Now, I think it's better that we solidify our position in the oil business here by ordering more trucks. Look at those road vehicle. You're carrying nothing. Wonderful. What about you, son? 3 out of 4. Wonderful. Come on, load fuel, will ya? Load fuel. Load fuel. No? Okay, you disappoint me to no end. Let's see this guy. Will you load fuel? Yes, you will. Okay, well, that's fair enough. At least we know that all the goods are being loaded, so that's also good. In the beginning I was thinking that on every station you should fill up fully, but that would create unnecessary queues and we risk of ruining the entire endeavor. Hey, where are you going? Oh, I see. I don't have a good crossing there. Okay, fair point. Look at that beautiful mesas. Oh, that's just amazing. And the music changes ever so subtly. Fantastic. Now, turkeys, please. I think it's only in the towns that you hear turkeys. No turkeys yet? Maybe it's just residential districts. There we go. That's the sound we know and love. Easy on the clutch there, Haas. Look at that industrial zone. And we're coming up to the drop-off point. So I'm looking for the cha-ching. Cha-ching, 5,000. Not too shabby. The most important thing is that on every leg of the journey we are actually transporting something and making cash in ideal case, and that will actually help us make good, decent profit. And here I could actually now buy more vehicles. American horse-drawn carriage, say, I don't know, 8, 6, 6-ish. 6 is good. Little Rock fuel, thank you. Another road train going down and residents seem plus 10 in terms of supply, which is good. Seattle also needs more, but it's way further down south. Okay, Orlando, look at that, Chestnut Street. Orlando Topinka passenger coach is the latest rage. Everyone wants to ride. See, I told you it's gonna be big. So it's basically a combo of coaches, and as you can see that I'm ferrying 149 people and 656 tons of stock or whatever. So it looks healthy. Let's see if we can buy. Now we can't buy. Okay, let it be. Chestnut Street, yeah, looks very nice. So passenger service is not that far out. We have a total of 5 vehicles. Now, if I go here, maximum waiting time 3 minutes, I could perhaps set them to actually wait for full load, so that don't just run willy-nilly. And I'm gonna set it to 5 minutes perhaps, especially on the Chestnut Street. Central Street, yeah, full load. Lake Street, full load. That would actually help them spread out a little bit, and so not all of them are running basically empty. Okay, how are you doing? Orlando food, I'm even thinking of here picking it up to be full load on the 5-minute. I'm not sure if it's a great idea, but let's give it a try. And you also pick up a full load, 5-minute wait. If we start getting queues, then we're gonna tell them to, you know, bugger off, but... Now they're queuing already. Why are you queuing, son? Because not everybody can leave, dump their shit and pick up. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you are 4 out of 4, you're 1 out of 4. You're dependent on the other 3 dumping the stuff here. And right now all of them are coming through the same entrance. Right, okay, that idea failed before it flew. So, okay, I'm gonna remove this. There we go. And off you go. Only with 1 bread, but there, because of that one, you will probably be carrying 2 to 4. Right. Did that clean up that queue? Looks like it. They're still queuing, but a little bit better. Alright. Seems fair enough. Now... I guess I should just let the game run for a little bit of while I try to come up with some interesting and engaging filler content. 171,000, yes. And we're already in 1856. So, okay, let's see here. High Point. I'm actually thinking road vehicle. Yeah, let's take a look how you look. Tram track? No, hell no. How does it look when you're coming in? I have a feeling that we have also here a good example of the merry-go-round. You go in through this side, and then you do the merry-go-round, of course. Well, that's one way to do it. Not an intended one, but okay. Works anyway. Fair point. Now, let's see. Our account is 215,000, so it's growing. That's nice. I could be connecting this oil well as well. And just to keep things flowing smoothly, I'm thinking actually just not designing the whole flow that goes all the way to the city, but just a small flow that basically helps fill that oil field, you know, with crude oil. So let's set a very small platform. Construction not possible. Come on, it very much is possible. 78,000? I mean, who are you ripping off, son? Alright, let's build. New line. High Point North to you, Sonny. There we go. To High Point East. Do I really want to go all the way here? Little Rock Exchange? Why not? Little Rock Exchange, yeah. Should I keep that one? No, I'm actually gonna remove it. I just wanted to go this very, very short distance and just, you know, come here with full load. And here at High Point East, I don't want to you to load if available, because you're not going anywhere else. So how can I tell it to unload only? Devs, you don't have the option to unload only. Okay, let's just say unload everything and load nothing. This is actually good that you can set up filters. It's a good idea, so I'll just uncheck everything here. At High Point North, you load only crude oil and you unload everything. Okay, whatever, you unload nothing. I'm missing a button, unload all, literally here. Oh, and goods, no goods, good. I think we're good. Speaking of goods, we're good. Yeah, they have the filter and height point east. You should basically load nothing and unload everything. By the way, guys, if you know a double click or something that actually works with unload everything, let me know in the comments below, please. There we go. I think that will be good enough. And it's a short distance, so we don't have to buy too many vehicles. Right, you are gonna be called High Point Fuel Bulk. Now let's buy a couple of vehicles. American horse-drawn carriage, and I don't know what, 5? I think that should be enough. All of you, HP fuel bulk. Okay, hopefully that should feed ultimately this to ensure the optimum placement and make sure that everything gets correctly. Wonderful. And Orlando, we have a decent enough filler here, so I think overall I'm pretty happy with the setup that it is today. 194. I think we'll have to probably do, we're already on 26-minute mark, we're probably gonna have to do the train in the next episode. Should I just increase its food production, just tweak the parameters for final touches? Line manager, how much are our lines making? That's actually a good question. And are they profitable? I'm just enjoying watching these dance. I think also in the next episode I'm gonna focus a little bit around Seattle and actually food here. High Point demands food and we could provide it from that side, same as we did in Orlando. Let's see how our lines are profitable, all except HP Fuel Bulk, which is understandable because it's just beginning, so I think we're golden actually. I really like to see the positive numbers, that's wonderful. Our loan is a little bit in the thick of it, but we'll fix it. Yeah, Groundworks, there's no point of clicking repay if you have no money to spend. Duh. Right, let's see. What else can we do here? Yeah. Fruit processing plant, that's going well. Maybe a ride along here. To wrap up on the high note, of road vehicle that you have just picked up the fuel, so you will be going into the city. You are actually a good candidate for the viewing, I think. Configure vehicle, what should I be configuring? Can I configure the... Well, the color I can obviously configure, but I'm not touching it yet. I'm just enjoying the way it looks as is. Right guys, as always, like if you like the episode, hit subscribe for more, meet with me on social media, and I will be playing more Transport Fever Tour for sure. So stick around and I'll see you all in my next episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is Groundworks signing off.